Hey guys, my name is John Singleton. I am head coach of the Progrm, and I'm here in Barcelona in Studio CrossFit, and today we are going to be talking about the wall ball. First of all, if you want to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we're going to keep bringing you good content of how you can improve your CrossFit skills. Luckily, I am also joined by Morgan, who is going to be demonstrating the wall ball for us today. And I think that the wall ball is a very interesting one. Obviously, what we call medicine balls previously have been used for training for years, but it has very much become popularized in CrossFit. There's so many workouts with wall balls. In fact, we obviously have one of the named female workouts, Karen, 150 wall balls for time. And how we do a wall ball is actually important. Now, for example, say Karen were to come up in the open, a lot of the top athletes would be able to do, say, a wall ball unbroken, and there's certain, the 150 unbroken. However, we also want to be able to do those wall balls quickly and efficiently to save energy and make sure that we are moving well. So there's two big components of a wall ball. One is the squats, the other is a press. We also need a little bit of coordination in order to make that happen, and the famous Mike Tyson quote becomes quite applicable in the sense everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, or in the case of wall balls, a wall ball in the face. So the coordination and handling the external object becomes an important factor. So in most CrossFit gyms, like we are here in Studio, you'll see two lines. The reason for these two lines is they mark the height of the wall ball. Typically, the top line is for males, 10 foot. The bottom line is for females, 9 foot. And you'll need to get the wall ball over that line in order for it to count as a rep. So before we pick up the wall ball, we're going to need to look where we stand. So obviously, if I'm standing very close to the wall, it's going to be super hard for me to hit the target. If I'm standing very far away, it's going to require a lot of energy in order to throw the ball to the target. So you can actually see here, we've got lines, we've got 0.5 meter and 1 meter line. And I would say that you want to be somewhere in between. The 0.5 meter and the meter line is going to kind of be the perfect standing point. So we want to make sure the wall ball's set up in that position. As you can see, Rake is standing there now. And that should more or less give you optimal distance. She's just going to take the wall ball, try one out so you guys can see. Okay, and we're more or less in that position. So somewhere between 0.5 meter and 1 meter out from the wall is where you want to be standing. Too close, it gets harder to hit the target. Too far away, you need a lot of energy to throw the ball up there. So, how do we hold the wall ball? So Rake is just going to pick up the ball, like so. Now it may seem simple, but actually if we have the ball further away when we receive it, the ball, just because of the leverage, starts to become heavier. We have it too close, it kind of gets a little bit more awkward. But this being said, we want to have the wall ball slightly closer than further away, so we have optimal leverages as we're holding it. Rake is then going to squat down and just hold that bottom position. Now, what a lot of people can start to do with the descent, they start to kind of let the wall ball come down and everything starts to collapse. And then from here, they kind of have to take the wall ball back up, use the momentum and start to throw it again. Whereas what we want to do is we want to hold the wall ball close and we want to make sure that we're in a relatively comfortable position. The elbows shouldn't be touching the knees and we have that space. And this is our bottom position, and just relax. Now it's quite easy to get lazy with the wall ball because it's relatively light. Wall balls range from say 4 kilos all the way up to 20 kilos. And obviously if I'm holding a 4 kilo wall ball, I can move it about anyhow, which means if I've come down and kind of topple over, I can recover, then come back and throw it up. However, we still want to fight for the good positions because that means we're going to have a lot more transfer over to typically heavier weight movements such as thrusters, cleans, anything with that similar squat pattern. Yeah? So we have the bottom position. It's important that we keep our chest upright. The ball is relatively close to the body, not held far away. And I'm trying to look up towards my target. Now, you're just actually going to go from that bottom position and you're just going to throw the ball up towards the target. So Ray comes down, throws the ball up and receives and relax. So you can see we have to move that external object all the way over to either the 9 or the 10-foot target. In order to do that, I need momentum, I need speed in order to come out. If I come out slowly of the wall ball, the ball's not going to go anywhere and I'm probably going to have a real hard time reaching the target. Or I'm going to have to use my arms extremely hard in order to do that. We're just going to show that actually, just to give you guys a little demo. So you're just going to stand tall and you're just going to try and throw the wall ball as high as you can. Yeah, and again. So you can see, if Reka just uses her arms, she's nowhere near the target, but when she combines that speed of the legs and combines that momentum with the arm throw, she can quite easily make it over the target, desired target, okay? The next thing we're going to look at is how we receive the ball. Now, if you're not comfortable with wall balls, the main thing is you have to wait for it to descend into the hands. You're going to receive the wall ball and then start to come down. Like I said at the start, it's not that uncommon that you'll catch the wall ball in the face, you catch it somewhere because it may have bounced slightly differently or you haven't had the hands in the correct position. So once we've thrown the wall ball up, for the beginners, we actually want to then wait to receive it and then start to ride it back down. For the more advanced athlete, they can do things like take the arms away and receive them back in order to let the shoulders relax a little bit more or change the position. But for now, we're just going to look at this. She drives the wall ball up. She's going to receive it, making sure that her hands are there to catch, and then going to ride it down once more. So she drives up, receives the ball and back, receives the ball and back, receives the ball and back. And you'll notice that there's a timing issue. So when the ball's coming down, receive, I ride it down. Really the only way to quicken the reps in a wall ball is to preempt the descent of the ball. And this is quite tricky even for top level athletes. But actually what I would be doing in that case is I throw the wall ball up, and as the wall ball's coming down, before I've caught it, I start to ride that wall ball down, receive it just in the bottom, and start to move it back up. And even if that saves only a second, in a workout like Karen, where we have 150 reps, we're obviously saving 150 seconds, which is extremely significant. The other thing with that technique, it's obviously a lot harder, so more taxing on the body, on our conditioning systems, yeah? So Reka's just going to hit 10 wall balls. We're going to go through some of the cues that we're going to use for them. But as you notice, she's explosive out of the bottom. She's waiting to receive the ball in a comfortable position. One of the more simple movements that we will see in CrossFit, we will see, obviously we can make this harder depending on the weight of the ball. There's a few little tricks you can also put in there, like adding an extra squat to make it harder. But in principle, those are the positions that we want to hit. We hope that you have found this tutorial useful. If you have any comments, please leave them below and we will get back to you. Goodbye from Barcelona.